You guys have a phrase, leap into the future, which is kind of underpinning a lot of the change that you'll be seeing in the Woolworths brands and organisation. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how that works and where technology fits as part of that vision?
Absolutely. If I sort of peel it back a second and give you a sense around where Woolworths is at. I'm actually relatively new to Woolworths by Woolworths standards, so I joined about a year ago out of financial services. And really my thought process at the time was, firstly, retail's going through a very interesting time globally, Woolworths and Australia specifically. And then thirdly, I think technology is playing a more strategically differential role in that than arguably it's ever played in retail before. So that was kind of my checklist. And I guess for me, what's really exciting is to be here a year later, that's actually played out that way. If I think about the different aspects of our business and the different ways we're trying to change our business, from the customer, the customer is absolutely seeking more convenience, and technology plays a greater role than ever before. So if we think about mobility, if we think about online, think about big data and analytics, technology is really starting to enable that customer experience to be differentiated, I think. If you think about our staff, at Woolies, we're absolutely looking to constantly step up, and we talk about how can we really unleash the full potential of our workforce, and I'll circle back on that because I think that's really where our Google partnerships are starting to pay real dividends. And then finally, if I think about the efficiency of our business, our supply chain, the quality of our decision making, again, technology kind of weaves its way through all of that, and I think we're pretty much turning every aspect of technology on its head to really drive better outcomes across all those parts of our business. So I guess we're in a Google conference. I'll talk specifically then to the staff piece. We're like many companies, I guess we were staring into two things. One was a lot of aging technology, which was both about to go end of life, and really wasn't enabling our staff and our teams to perform the way that they wanted to. So we had a reason to move, but what we didn't want to do was just a traditional upgrade and kind of get new versions of the same type of stuff and get the same types of outcomes as a company, and that's where we sought to take quite a different path. So our approach to really our staff and how we can lift their engagement, their productivity, their flexibility has, I guess, 4 parts to it. The part that's obviously here is moving to Google Apps for all of our collaboration and productivity needs, and we are we're progressing really well on that. So we're a little bit behind Andrew and co, which has been great. We've been able to kind of learn from everything that Fairfax did well. We're about 2,000 people moved at the moment, and really over the next 4 weeks we'll roll through pretty much every other major part of certainly our support offices and into our store managers. So there was a comment earlier around the speed of these migrations. It is very, very different, I think, to traditionally what we've seen in our ability to move. And I think as where we stand now, we're really seeing an uptick in that engagement, that productivity, that flexibility that we were really aspiring to. So that's really the first part of our puzzle, if you like. The second part is then all of those other applications that we need to run our business. We'll virtualise them, we'll deliver them through a Citrix platform. And when we've done those two things, we've really pulled away all of our legacy dependencies on our old technology, which really then opens up our BYO proposition for our staff. So we're seeing, particularly in the mobile space, we're seeing tremendous uptake in BYO, and where someone chooses not to bring their own device, and that's really where Chrome OS comes into it for us. So that becomes our default compute platform and mechanism of accessing those services. Probably my single biggest fear of all of this, though, is that we get these great new capabilities and we continue to use them and work in the way that we always have. So we've had a massive focus on what we term technology coaching. I'm sure there's a couple of them in the room now. All right, okay. And for us, that's that's really making the difference. So really doubling down on our efforts to help people understand how they can fundamentally approach their roles in different ways using these different capabilities.
Cool.